Welcome to the Anil Show.
So let's get down to the thick of things. I just made a video just now with Amber, and I feel like Amber fans have gone buck wild again because, of course, whenever it is that it comes to Amber, basically there's no stopping of the defense that we should always be giving. But you see, I have O'Neill that is always going to be very real in his points of views. He's never going to sugarcoat anything at all, and he's going to call it down the middle. For those who are thinking this is an Anthony saving, it's not. What it is a calling out of the double standard that the audience is seeing. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Let's go.
Anthony.
People ain't gonna have no money, right?
Right.
It's the time we invest so much that we able to bless people. Yeah. So we got to take advantage of the economy so we can bless others.
Okay, so let's talk about the whole idea of Anthony and Wayne. Anthony has become back friends with Wayne, okay? And we're calling that out too. Just like how we call out the Amber and Shayla thing, we're calling this out too. Anthony's way out for his bunkers. If he believe that him can actually do this, we're actually gonna call this out. Just the same way that we call out the Shayla thing. This shouldn't be happening none at all. What should really and truly be happening is that Anthony should be doing business the other ways that he's doing it. But nonetheless, he's doing this particular thing. And this is exactly why I said that this is basically just a hate campaign between both of them at this point in time, and they don't know how to handle it.
You know, people going through it, man.
Coward. You freaking coward. Really, Aunt?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean what I'm talking about? Really? He's got to go.
hold on.
Hang up the phone.
Hold on. Wait, let me call you back, man.
Yeah. No, you can stay on the phone. I want to hear it.
Stop. I'll call you back.
And again, like I said before, the two issues that happen in the relationship, Shayla and Wayne. Shayla and Wayne. Those two things are still active in the relationship.
Amber, what the hell are you talking
Where
about?
do you get off telling Shana anything about me?
Amber, don't put your hands on.
No, take your fingers out of my face. Where do you get off telling Shana anything about me, huh? Huh? Shana, out of all people, Aunt?
Shana asked me what was
She
going-
asked you what? Huh? What did she ask you exactly?
She asked me what was going on with us, and I told
so
her.
you thought you would tell her about me and Wayne. You thought you would tell this woman who I have all these problems with about me and Wayne. But no, you don't tell her about you, now do you? Huh? You don't tell her how you was sleeping with my best friend, now did you?
Okay. Amber fans. So breathe, O'Neill, breathe. Is Amber the only ones? Is Anthony the only one that is out here telling both of them secrets out? I'm just going to calmly ask you that. Is Anthony the only one out here? Is Anthony the one that's going around telling everybody about whatever it is? Has Amber ever told anyone about what has occurred between herself and Anthony? Let me ask you all that. And again, this is why O'Neill says that I don't think that the same question that Amber is asking Shayla, if she's ready for her secret to go to the world. Let me say again, I don't think Amber is ready for that secret to go to the world either. Because there are holes in both of the stories. If you ask me, what should Amber have done this morning? I'm going to tell you what she should have done this morning. She should have let Miss Shana know, mind your business, Miss Shana, and left Miss Shana there. Instead, she wanted to do a full-on blown conversation. Now, of course, it's for skit value, but I'm just giving you, since we're going to speak of it as though, what we would have done if we were in this scenario. Then this is what she should have done if we were in this scenario. You'd have put Michelle in her place. You'd have stopped her right there, and you'd have walked yourself back inside. You don't go down the rabbit hole of the story. Now, when O'Neill correct her for going down the rabbit hole of the story, you have a certain Amber fans that come in and get upset because, of course, you best not say anything at all about Amber. Anyways, proceed.
Yo, Aunt, I don't understand why you keep wanting to paint this picture of me to everybody around. People who don't even know me. You know what you are? You're lame. You are so lame for that. So lame for putting me through everything and wanting to paint this picture about me. I'm not telling your dirt.
None of them are telling their dirt. The other day, when Amber told the story to Dave, she says she's not innocent, but she has not told the story either. That's what I'm saying. So in other words, what I'm saying is for the people them who love come in and them think them can come attack O'Neal because O'Neal must be pro Amber. And I told y'all, I'm not a pro Amber channel. I'm not a pro Anthony channel. I'm not a pro Mike channel. I'm not a pro Dominic channel. I'm not a pro anything channel. I'm a channel that calls things right down the middle. None of them tell any whatever it's of the story. None of them give any inkling of the story. And besides, why are we even talking about a story? Why does this bother Amber at all? If she doesn't really care, why does this bother her? Why are you guys getting upset for this to bother her? If she really is moving on and she's doing her thing for whatever it is. You know what she should do? Like some people said, what she should do is she should ask her lawyer to get a temporary separation. So that way she can go live somewhere else that she don't have to be underneath Anthony's roof. Get a temporary separation, like an order to get a separation, a temporary separation, so the court can recognize that yes, she's moving out, not because of whatever it is, but she's moving out, not because she doesn't want her share of whatever is there, the assets that are there, but because she wants to be away from Anthony. That's what a girl needs to do. You see what? Those are the lines I want y'all to type in the comments. You know what I think? Whatever it is, instead of telling me, well, you know, Anthony's the devil. Anthony's the devil. That's all I keep hearing. How much devil Anthony is. As though Amber now did the same thing. Every single time the story come up at the same thing. And just like I'm a character for doing whatever it is with Wayne, the same thing I'm flagging Anthony as well too, because he's not supposed to be talking to Wayne either. If it is that Wayne is this big of a thing for him, so him wrong too. Both are wrong. Both. What's happening is they are creating a stir between the fans. Those who like Amber and those who don't like Amber. To see them can get y'all to pitch y'all against each other because this one is right and this one is wrong. None of them the right. At this point in time, they're both going at it the way they're both going at it. That's what you're seeing.
Haven't I been through enough? Huh? This is a simple divorce. All you gotta do is sign the papers. And
It's not simple. You're asking for assets. See, that again is a miscalculation on Amber's part. It's not a simple divorce. You're asking for half of a man's assets. Even if it was a woman, if you're asking for half of her assets, you're going to get a fight. No one's going to just give you anything. So for those who don't think it must just be simple and Amber must just, everybody must just bow down to the good old Amber. No. People are going to fight you. Why would I just hand over my money to you? No. You want it? Come and take it. So because he's not being a sucker for the money,
I'll be out of your life. And you ain't gotta tell nobody else about me. Nobody else about something I did before we got married. And you still stayed. You chose to stay with me after.
and that is also true. He stayed. He stayed, and him need to get cussing for that as well too, because he made it look like he's this valiant fellow, but he stayed because he wanted to use it as a card that him could play every single solitary time. He has done that. And I'm wrong for doing that. That's the deal. That's why the marriage is under pretense. So the persons that are saying them a team divorce, I think they may be on the right track. Maybe they need a separation at this point in time because clearly they are having issues. Them clearly need a separation. They clearly need to be pulled apart. That's what's going on.
Found out about Wayne. You chose. And you mad because I'm not choosing the same.
She's right. I agree with her on that one.
You're a coward. Sign the papers, Anthony.
Yeah, so she upset and she vexed and she's now trying to see if she can bully him into a perspective, and you're not going to get him to be bullied into that perspective. And him surprised. And you can't be surprised that the woman upset because It's tit for tat. You know? Friends, if you've never been through a divorce before, in case you don't know how a divorce works, let me talk to y'all for a couple of minutes, right? If you don't know how a divorce works, it can be nasty. Unless you have the wherewithal to be able to leave without anything. So people must say, O'Neil, will you leave whatever it is? Okay, let me cue y'all up. O'Neil has been married twice. Twice. When O'Neil decided to get a divorce the first time, O'Neil didn't want anything. And even then, it never easy. To an extent. Because it took a little while for the lady to sign the papers. Even then, it never easy. Why you think no? Because because of you're shouting and screaming, it going to make any difference. Even then, it wasn't easy. What ended up having to happen is only have to wait on what you call it now, statutes of limitations. In other words, time to pass, because there are certain times in the court that you have to say, okay, during this time you have to wait until this answer, and then you do that time, then you have to do all of that till eventually them get signed. And only have to keep reiterating him don't want anything. Well, maybe. So she can't make a bunch of noise. The most like she can ask for right now is to get a legal separation between both of them so she can move to somewhere else. But again, I'm going to affirm the two things them. Because this is the only place me can sit. Both of them wrong in doing what they're doing at this point in time. Both of them wrong. Wayne and Shayla is the issue in the both of them issues, right? And there are always going to be issues between the two of them. They're the two separating factor between both of them. Not just one, because y'all want to do the whole thing out here. Yes, just the same way Anthony's running over Shana's house to tell her whatever it is. That's the same way, basically, that Amber does her thing when she talks to Dave. Wanna forget? She has not even mentioned whatever it is. Yeah, I'm not so innocent. I'm just no. Don't beat yourself up, Amber. Don't worry about that. Give yourself grace. Then give yourself some grace. I don't know. Give me y'all steak, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. I'm done.